Hello, this is Robert Baca, the Socorro genealogist, and I'm going to do something really special today. I've got a box, and I'm going to unbox it. What's in the box? What's in the box? I don't know. We'll find out. Oh, let's see. Something special in the box. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. It says, not for resale. Not for resale. History and Families of the Socorro Land Grant by Robert J.C. Baca. Yes, yes, yes. Part 1. The Baca family and their descendants. Yes, this is the proof. Ooh, nice. Looks nice. Of for my book. It's my first book to be published, and I'm just gonna look at it, make sure it looks good. Looks good so far. Acknowledgements and dedications, preface, preface. Lots of endnotes, introduction. So let me talk a little bit about this. So the acknowledgements and dedications. I acknowledge the help of many people. I actually don't go into specific names, but I dedicate the book to my sister Janice and my sister Cindy. And you can read the book of why I specifically dedicate that to them. The preface talks a little bit about the Baca family and how I'm related to the Baca family. Funny thing, with my last name being Baca. And then the introduction talks about how the Socorro land grant came about. Again, lots of sources and so forth. Pedigree charts of my grandparents. I've got my grandfather Robert right there. My grandmother should be my grandmother Maria Teresa Torres, Grandma Terry. My maternal grandfather, Santiago Baca. Yes, I'm Baca on both sides. And my maternal grandmother, Maria Pablita Zimmerly. And it's a 5-generation chart with many, many ancestors. Then I talk about the Cristobal Baca descendants, the 1818 Socorro list. The Socorro list is a list of the first. It's not really it's an enumeration. It's basically there was a number of people that donated goods towards a military campaign against the Navajos in northern New Mexico, and they went through a number of different places, and one of them was Socorro. And Socorro being founded in 1815 or 1816, we're not exactly sure when it was founded. The earliest list I can find, an actual numeration, was of about 66 people, and 34 of those people are descendants of the Baca family. So I put them in here. You got the 34 families, okay? And then you have actual genealogy, starting with Cristobal Baca and his wife Ana Ortiz, and goes for 8 generations, actually 9, because it includes the children of the 8th generation, and includes many of those Bacas. It's not just Bacas; it's actually a bunch of different families. Let me give you some of the names that I have here. Diego Antonio Abeta, Jose Rafael Abeta, Miguel Antonio Aragon, Dionisio Antonio Baca, Jose Antonio Baca, Jose Francisco Baca, Maria Rafaela Baca, Antonio Jose Benavides, Ana Maria Soledad Chavez, Juan Batista Chavez, Juan Domingo Gallegos, Francisco Javier Garcia Gerardo, Rafael Lopez, Ramon Lopez, Antonio Jose Maldonado, Dionisio Maldonado, Simon Maldonado, Antonio Montoya, although there's questions as to which one it is, Cristobal Montoya, Feliciano Montoya, Juan Montoya, again questions as to which Montoya we're talking about, Jose Padilla, another common name, Juan Felipe Padilla, Lorenzo Tiburcio, Tiburcio Padilla. That's one of my answers. A lot of these are my ancestors. Ana Maria Sanchez, Diego Antonio Sanchez, Maria Juliana Silva, Pedro Antonio Silva, Vicente Silva, Maria de Luz Cisneros, Anselmo Tafoya, Juan Agustin Trujillo, Juan Antonio Trujillo, and Miguel Antonio Valdez. Okay, so 34 names based on the list. Again, there's 34 out of the 66. Probably the other ones link in with the Baca family. I just haven't found that that descendancy for those. And there's also one Dionisio Baca, who is different from Dionisio Antonio Baca. They're cousins, half cousins actually. And I did not include them in this list, but there is another place where they're mentioned, where Juan Dionisio Baca is mentioned, which is important because a lot of Bacas are from that descendancy, okay, including Alfego Baca. All right, so it was important for me to put that there. My aunt Priscilla is descended from Juan Dionisio, and a lot of Bacas are descended from Juan Dionisio. I'm descended from the other Bacas, including Dionisio Antonio Baca, on my mother's side mostly, but some on my dad's side. My dad's family actually were not among the Bacas who founded Socorro, but rather were in Peña Blanca, part of the Luis Maria Cresta Baca family, which I include in this genealogy. So I do Socorro family, the section 2, Socorro family vignettes. It includes stories about Dionisio Antonio Baca and his son-in-law Agustin Torres, which is a very important Torres family. There's more Torreses than just the Agustin, but Agustin is one of those important ones. And yes, he is one of my ancestors. There's other Torres families that come into my family too. And I show how, and also I also have, let's say, Rafael Torres. Why do I have him? Simon Agapito Torres. Maria Pabla Torres. And then I talk about Luis Maria Baca, not Luis Maria Seda Baca, who this is his grandson, Luis Maria Baca, who's not an ancestor of mine, but his brother is. Martin is a brother, and so I talk a little bit about them, and I show descendancy from, or ancestry from, from their father, Jose Mateo Cabeza de Vaca. Okay, so I have that too, and I have the ancestry, and I believe the descendancy too. Yes, Jose Mateo Mauricio Cabeza de Vaca. Okay, one of the sons of Luis Maria Vaca. Then I have, what else do I have here? Oh, this is one thing that I talked about in a recent presentation I did for the Socorro County Historical Society, and that's the Montoya family. So I include them in here. They're not actually ancestors, but they are related to me through Montoyas, of course. And there's information about them and the private land claims. They were really important in protecting the Socorro land grant and such. Who else do I have here? Maria Guadalupe Torres, who is one of my ancestors. She was married twice. She was married to Pedro Antonio Baca, and she was also married to, actually that was her second husband, and he is not an ancestor of mine. She is. And her second husband her first husband. Okay, her second husband was Pedro Antonio, who was a very prominent person. His sons were very prominent and all that. And then you have Francisco Antonio Garcia, who was her first husband, and that's who I'm descended from. Okay, and I have a little information about her, including a individual summary for her, and then a bunch of sources. Hey, how about that? A bunch of sources, and then at the very end, I've got a lot of sources. It goes on for quite a while. And then I have a name index, which goes on for a bit too. Okay, name index. There we go. See what else I have on here. In U.S., Coppell, Texas. That's where it was made. Okay, so there's a lot of information here. It looks pretty much the way I wanted it. I'm wondering if I had forgotten something, though. I was looking at something when I was talking about the Baca families and stuff, about the Baca Torres connection, because I included Rafael Baca in there. I'm going to have to read it to see what I wrote and see if I need to add some more information. But regardless, I've got, this is my book. Right now, it is 534 pages. If I make changes, it might get bigger, it might get a little smaller. I'm not sure. I'll have to figure out that. It's going to be about $50 online, Amazon.com, and it's going to be released on November 3rd. I put it that far ahead because I wanted to make sure that this was correct. I'm going to go in through here and annotate this, make sure that I don't have any mistakes, look at all my sources, see if I have some really weird sources or anything like that I need to really look up and change. But basically, this is my book. Okay, it's always like, it doesn't have that new book smell to it. That's too bad. But regardless, it's got a lot of information. Sometimes it shows transcriptions of censuses. Sometimes it shows obituaries and other information. So a lot of stuff in here. I think you will enjoy it if you are a history buff. There's not a huge amount of history. There is some, but there's a lot of genealogy, a lot of family history in here. Okay. And so I hope that you will enjoy it. I hope you will buy it. I'll give you some more information of where to buy it right now. And right now, it's just to give you the, let's see, where is it? The ISBN. It is 979-826-6412828. Okay? 979-826-6412828. And yeah, you'll be able to buy it for Christmas. Maybe buy it for some family. Maybe buy it for yourself. $50. And I'll be doing some presentations, and I will probably sell it for a little bit cheaper, maybe down to $40 when I do my presentations. So look out for me. I'll be out. I hope to be in Socorro at some point before Christmas. I'll be up here in Albuquerque doing presentations. Maybe I'll be at the Historical Society of New Mexico, Historical Society of New Mexico next year. I'll see if I can do that. But keep an eye out for me. I'll put some information out on my blog. I'll put some information out on this YouTube channel. And I hope, again, that you will buy my book. I'll let you know more information as it gets closer to November 3rd. Thank you very much.